tā te whāki mai, ko wai te tangata I haere mai mā runga I tētahi tora. Tasha?
Hai kia.
Hai kia.
Kei taku wariki. Tēnei te whakaoki mai. Te tohu o te aroha. I whakamaua ki rungi a koe.
It's a real privilege, actually, to have it there with him.
I think you grow up your whole life knowing these things, and it's almost like your whole life has been in preparation for meeting him, you know? That's how I feel.
These are not artificial curiosities, these are ancestors, these are artworks, these are global art.
It's a harsh environment, but it's also a beautiful one.
The waters that flow is like the blood in our veins. When it starts and stops, no one knows.
If you were sailing from, say, Tahiti or the Marquesas, and you were coming down here, how long would it take, do you reckon, roughly?
One of my grandsons come back and said he found what he thought was a waka, and it was just a small bit of it sticking out of the sand there.
It's so evocative, isn't it? Like, I can feel now, like, the Māori of the thing. You don't know what life will bring.
Its age is 600 years, and given that humans have only been in New Zealand about 700 years, it's pretty early on.
As a lone Māori woman voice, when she first entered as a young woman, she understood that that emblem of power was what she had to actually live by. She would keep fighting no matter what.
Clothing can bring the threads of relationships and stories together. They're in the kākahu that wrap us in aroha, in the garments passed down to us by our parents and grandparents. These are the stories woven into the fabric that tell us who we are and who we might become.
What I really like is that you've taken it out of a glass case, it's an object, and you've brought it to life. You've made it back into a being.
It's living proof, I guess, for us, that the stories of our ancestors who talk about those travels and how we got here is proved in one tiny little shell.
And you think of the ancestors that came here from East Polynesia, from tropical homelands with their bark cloth clothing, coming ashore and wandering inland and finding these kinds of places.
Images of Maori wearing European clothing was a fantastic way to sell the perceived general good that colonisation was.
It's not just an object, it is absolutely a sculpture, but it is also, as I said, a fully playable stoneware concert grand.
Because it's such an iconic piece of visual art, together with the history of Steinway itself, you can't help but feel being part of the history. This instrument is a vehicle for this history.
I realised that the bird had kind of fallen out of contemporary memory. The public weren't kind of thinking about it anymore.
Yeah, you got the real McCoy here, mate.
So if you dive right down into the heart of what gift exchange is all about, the tuku backwards and forwards, what you're doing there is you're binding your wairua together. It's a kind of weaving, really, of whakapapa and wairua at a very deep level. And it's about manaaki, it's about honouring and giving mana to the other. And they, in turn, by the hau, are impelled to give that back to you.
You got all of my heart. You got all of my heart. You got all.
Artefacts are portals to the past. that allow us to travel in time and space. Join me on a quest to unlock the stories of our Taonga. They speak to all New Zealanders and tell us as much about our present and future as our past.